Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are live. Welcome back to Roots Revolution Entertainment Sports. And exciting times. We just saw Demetrius Johnson
break the record, which was phenomenal, and he broke it with a bang, so that was great.
What did they call it, this move?
A flying armbar.
No.
What
do you call it? Everybody trying to say the mouse trap. He said no, it's not the mouse trap. It's something else.
I don't know. I think the mouse trap is a good name for it.
Yeah, I like that too.
Flying armbar was impressive. Very impressive. There's somebody else who does that too.
Yeah, it was they said like a suplex into an armbar, and they say he switched as he slammed him. He got the underhook and dropped right into the damn armbar. It was amazing. Congratulations.
Good job. Appreciate that. Thank you for breaking the record. So that's wonderful.
So as far as the greatest of all times, who do you say is the greatest of all times?
Demetrius Johnson. In his weight class, definitely. And they brought people from, you even mentioned it, all over the world to fight this man, and he defended his title 10 times with ease. So, yes, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world.
Yeah, I believe so too. That. Yeah, he earned that.
You earned that and bask in that. So.
The mighty one. He said he wants to drop the mouse. He just wants to be the mighty one.
And
not
you should be.
That. Yeah.
You should be the mighty one. You are. You are great and mighty. So yeah, the mighty one. Yeah, mighty D.
Speaking of mighty, we had Ferguson fight Kevin Lee. Now, that was a crazy fight. Ferguson wins by a triangle, but it's a little controversy to the fight because Kevin Lee had staph infection. It was obvious he had staph infection. It was on his chest, and he said that it hurt his weight cut. So was that the Kevin Lee? Was that the best Kevin Lee that we saw?
No, they shouldn't even let him fight.
That's the thing.
They shouldn't have let him fight because it was a big thing about staph infections a while ago with, I think, UFC or some fighters had got it accidentally or something like that. And besides that, there are fighters that call off fights because they have a sniffle or a sore throat or something like that. So for him literally having a visible problem, and it did affect his weight cut, they shouldn't have even had him fight. So no, that wasn't the best lead that we saw. And it should be a rematch, to be honest with you.
I think I would like to see that. Yeah, that would be
good. I'd like
to
see a rematch on that, to see him at his full potential, at his best, well and good in strength, and definitely see that fight go down.
But that was a crazy fight. Kevin Lee almost finished him in one of the rounds.
He held his ground though.
Yeah.
He did good. He did okay.
That was a great fight.
But I think it should be redone because I think Ferguson had a little advantage over Lee because of that.
Okay, so now that Ferguson beat Lee, he's calling out Conor because Tony Ferguson, sorry, he has the interim title now. Conor McGregor has the so-called real title.
Right.
What do you think the next fight should be? Because there's a lot up to debate. Because then they're saying that Nate Diaz is in the mix and Khabib is in the mix. So who do you feel should be fighting him next? Like after he beat Lee, that's one opponent knocked out. So who should Tony Ferguson be fighting?
But he's calling out Conor.
Yeah. So do you think the UFC is going to put Conor to fight him? That's what they're talking about. Of course, business-wise, they would be spending less money to have Ferguson fight McGregor. But making more money, I think, would be Nate Diaz versus McGregor.
Why?
Making more money?
Yeah. Because
a lot of people want to see the third fight.
Why? Who wants to see that fight? I've been debating this since the first fight with Diaz and Conor. Conor literally, I can't believe I'm talking about this again. Conor talked the shit way up to the 170. What's the freaking weight class again with Diaz?
Okay.
Just tell me the weight class.
No, they will be fighting at 155.
Diaz gotta come down for him?
Yeah, because that's his normal weight. That's what he normally fight.
But that's not what they fought at.
They didn't fight at.
All right.
They fought at 170.
Exactly.
This time they will be fighting for the title, and it will be at 155 if they get fight.
All right, listen. The first time they fought for 170, he got his ass whipped. He talked his way up to that weight class and got beat the fuck up. He should stay where he's at. Diaz should not drop any weight for this man. He fought him twice already. We don't want to see it again. We know Conor could get his ass whipped by Diaz. We know Diaz could get his ass whipped Conor. Can we move on?
So you want to see him fight Ferguson?
Yeah, move on. I don't even want to see the Khabib fight because he talked about it so much during that conference with Mayweather and him with that. I don't even care about it. To be honest with you, Conor could go home.
So you want to see who is the real, true champion at 155. So that would be Conor versus Ferguson. And that's the fight she says she won. And that sounds like a good fight. Everybody, how you feel that fight will go?
It should go the way it's supposed to go. Conor's going to lose.
Okay. Some people say Conor will pick Ferguson apart. Some people say that Ferguson is way too well-rounded for Conor. Like, he'll take him down. What he calls slap down city. And he said he'll submit Conor like this.
You can't sleep on Conor, though. I don't like the man, but I have to give credit where credit is. I know it's oxymoron, it's stupid, but he has skills. And he has certain skills that brought him up to a certain level. Now, where he's at right now, I don't think his skills brought him all the way to where he's at right now. No, that's the truth. But he is very skillful. He is a really good fighter. And I don't take that away from him. And I think Ferguson has a challenge. And he better not sleep on Conor. And Conor better not sleep on Ferguson because Ferguson has something to prove. And Conor, you got something to prove too. You just got out of this boxing ring. You got to come back to the UFC and make a statement. So I'm interested to see that. And I'm interested to see Ferguson beat you. And I'm interested to see your backstroke on that one when you lose. What you going to say? That's what losers...
honestly,
I don't even care to be honest.
I wanted to see Conor fight Nate. And I wanted to see Ferguson fight Khabib, and then I wanted the winners to fight each other because business-wise, I think that would make a lot of money for the
I
UFC.
agree, and it would draw it out a long period of time. That's like a good year and a half.
It would be a literal super fight if Ferguson beat Khabib and Conor could beat Nate again. That would be a super fight because that re-legitimize Conor, and that would legitimize Ferguson as being the number one contender because Khabib was one step above Ferguson until he won that interim championship. So now Khabib is like the next underneath Ferguson for the championship. So if that were to happen, it would be a more super fight. But if this happens with McGregor versus Ferguson, it's a lot of things that people are looking at. Like they say Ferguson takes a lot of shots in the beginning of the fight to get himself rolling, to get himself going. And Conor, he knocks most people out like he did Eddie Alvarez and everybody else basically he fought in the beginning of the fights. That's when he's his strongest. So if Tony Ferguson takes Conor past the second, third round, I think it's over really for Conor. I don't think Conor can last that long. Not with a guy that's crazy because Ferguson is just all over there. He'll grab a submission. He'll flip upside down and grab your leg. He'll do anything to get you out of there. But Conor, he's a sniper in the beginning. So if Ferguson want to take a couple of shots, he's taking them from the wrong guy because I think Conor might knock him out in the first couple of rounds.
Ferguson went 5 rounds before, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He's really good in going long distance.
Okay.
It's just those first couple of rounds that he has problems with. He takes too many shots. Like Kevin Lee almost knocked him out in the first couple of shots he hit him with. And,
that's the problem for both Ferguson and both Conor. They always feel the need to explode all their energy in the first 2 rounds, especially Conor. And Conor, I can map your whole style out before I even fight you because you haven't changed it. You are winded. You need to do running. All you do is wind out. By the 3rd round in boxing and MMA, you are gasping for something. You might not be flat-footed. Your arms might not be down. You might not be breathing out your mouth yet, but you can tell in your body composure you are tired. And you need to work on that because if I can see it, fighters are seeing it and they are playing on it and they are acting on it and you need to change it. Ferguson, he could get himself in trouble like that because both of them are crazy. They like Tasmanian devils in the first freaking 15 minutes. It's ridiculous. And they could both he could get knocked out and Conor could get winded. So let's see what happens the first 3 rounds of the fight because that's probably the longest it may go. I don't see it. Well, from what I hear, Ferguson, it may go, but Conor got to hold up. And like you said, if Conor is winded by the 3rd round, it's over for him. It's over for you.
Yeah. Ferguson, he's a beast.
I want to take it back just for a second. Talking about rematches, I do want to see a rematch with him and Aldo. Because ever since that one fight, yes, I know it was a couple years ago. Yes, I'm beating a dead horse. I got it. But it's not fair. Because Aldo deserved that rematch. And I feel that ever since Conor made that knockout, he ran. He hasn't been back to that weight class since. So, I'm just saying. Yeah. Ferguson and Conor, that's the fight I definitely want to see. Because he needs to realize where he needs to be at, home or UFC. So, yeah.
Speaking of Jose Aldo lost to Max Holloway.
Never mind Aldo.
No, but Max Holloway is about to fight Frankie Edgar.
Well, it's been a name I haven't heard.
I know. A fellow, well, he's a New Jersey guy, but he trains in New York, so you could say he's a fellow New Yorker.
It's okay. We share the same river.
Yeah.
So it's all right.
So he's an East Coaster like us. So how do you feel about that fight? Like Max Holloway, he's good. He fought with Conor before. He they went 5 rounds. Really good fight. Really good fight. Frankie Edgar, former champion. Max Holloway right now is an interim. No, he's not the interim champion because he beat Aldo for it. So Aldo actually they made McGregor drop the 185. So Aldo was the legitimate 145 champ. So now Max Holloway is the 145 champ, and Frankie Edgar, the former 155 champ, is going to fight him. So this is his chance on having a second weight class. A second belt in another weight class. How do you feel about that?
It's exciting. I haven't seen or heard Frankie Edgar in a long time. Frankie Edgar, right?
Yeah,
in a long time. You see, I can't even make sure he's up here somewhere. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I'd be glad to see that again. To be honest with you, I want to look back on some of his fights again, so I can be refreshed because there's been so many new faces and so many new things that's been happening since I've last seen him. So I just want to refresh on Frankie Edgar, but I'm excited to
Frankie
see
Edgar,
him fight again.
He won his champion from BJ Penn. The championship from BJ Penn in Abu Dhabi.
That's another name I haven't heard.
So BJ Penn, he's he's retired or whatever. But then Frankie Edgar fought some wonderful, crazy fights and lost his championship to Benson Henderson. I think he fought Benson maybe.
I'm sorry,
did he fight Benson twice?
I like Benson Henderson.
Yeah. So he lost his title to Benson Henderson. Super close matches. He fought him twice. So I always consider Frankie Edgar a champion. He had a great performance against who he fought. When he knocked out Conor had knocked out Jose Aldo at the same time. Frankie Edgar knocked out Chad Mendes. And
that's right.
It's like he's one who's under the radar right now, but he's always champion material. Like Frankie Edgar has always been champion material. He might have his losses, but he's always been like right there, he's either been a champion or like second and third in contention.
I hope he make this comeback awesome.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. I'm excited to see him come out of the shadows and really bust some ass again. So welcome back, Edgar. I'll be watching.
And that's gonna be a great fight. Max Holloway, he's a beast. From Hawaii. He's one of those guys who is just wild. And he's very. This is a very dangerous fight for both of them. I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of, we talking about Benson Henderson. He's about to have a grappling match in Brooklyn soon.
That's right.
And
next week, I think.
Yeah, on the 20th, we're gonna try to be there. We're gonna try to be there so we can cover this grappling match. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he could do grappling. I hope he gets back in the mindset of finishing guys. No more decisions, Ben. No more decisions. We need you to start finishing guys because those close decisions for some reason you keep on losing them. And, we're on your team. We're on the Benson Henderson train and we're going to, forever be on it. But we need you to start finishing these dudes, and that's I think how you're gonna win these fights. And I think you should get into your grappling, get to the jiu-jitsu, hit them submissions. And I think these guys, once they get tired in the last round, and
lay it on them,
just drop them submissions, or fake a submission and hit a knockout or whatever. But you got to start finishing, man.
This grappling would be good for him. I hope to see you there. We hope to be there. We want to be there. We'll be there.
In Bellator 185, we have Musashi fighting Shlemenko. I think it's gonna be a good fight. It's Musashi's first fight back in Bellator, or his first fight in Bellator from leaving from UFC. He was in Strikeforce with all those old guys. Was in Strikeforce where Scott Coker had a great relationship with him. So he's back dealing with the Coker team with Bellator, and he's fighting the champion Shlemenko. So I think it's going to be a good fight. Musashi has always been a great 185-pound fighter in the UFC. He's made his way back up to the top of the rankings. With all the confusion with this whole thing with George St. Pierre coming to fight, my man, what's his name?
I know he's asking me, and I know I
from Great Britain. You know who?
A guy?
Yeah.
He's not feeling George St. Pierre.
Yeah, I don't want to see that fight. That's why it's just I try to erase it from my mind. But with all the confusion with this whole George St. Pierre fighting Michael Bisping.
You see?
That's why I think Musashi decided to leave, because it was no clear path to the championship belt, and it was going to take him too long to even get to be able to fight for a championship belt,
like
because
McDonald.
we looking like it was
like McDonald and everybody else who left UFC in the past year. Same thing, no clear path, no clear check. There's problems. Bellator is sucking them up. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. Bellator is grabbing all the good fighters from
and they're
not all the good fighters, but
yes, they are.
all some of the best that they could get from UFC who become free agents. They're snatching them up and building their cards up and putting
they are growing.
And this also proves that Bellator fighters are just as good as the UFC fighters, because Bellator fighters are competing against UFC guys and they're doing pretty good. You had
How can that even be a discrepancy anyway? They're both UFC fighting companies. They both fight in UFC.
MMA,
yeah, it's both MMA. Bellator people went to UFC. UFC people went to Bellator. Some went back, some came to... I mean, for real?
Yeah.
You're fighting each other. How are you going to say Bellator or UFC is better than the other? You're fighting each other.
This is the same thing they said about
Come on.
people who came from Strikeforce.
You need a soap opera.
When UFC was competing with Strikeforce, UFC thing was, oh, our fighters in UFC are better because this is the top of the sport and you guys are level down. But when the UFC purchased the whole Strikeforce and took all of their fighters, who became all the UFC champions? It was most of the Strikeforce guys who became the UFC champions. But now you have Bellator, you have UFC. Of course, I don't think UFC is going to buy Bellator because it's going to be something
It's too
weird.
big. It's growing too big.
And it's like you can't have a monopoly over the whole industry.
Exactly.
So they're not going to allow it. But if that was the case, like a lot of these champions that are in Bellator, it could definitely fight and win against champions in the UFC.
They have.
Yeah.
They have. And then went back. So, you need a soap opera. I'm sorry. I'm not the girly girl. That's really drama to me. It's either money, blood, and fight. I don't understand all the other stuff around it.
And we have another New York fighter, Heather Hardy. She's going to be fighting Christina Williams.
I happened to actually see her debut at Bellator at MSG, and I was very excited, and she won. I'm very proud of that, so I get to see her again.
Yeah, we're looking forward and rooting for Heather Hardy. Let's go.
Very nice.
And she's fighting Christina Williams, who's actually is her Bellator debut. So I haven't seen her fight yet, but I hear she's a beast. So that's going to be a tough one, but I think Heather Hardy's going to pull it off. As usual, she's undefeated. She has 1-0-0, and Christina Williams has 0-0-0. So somebody's O has to go. So somebody's going to get beat. So hopefully our girl, our hometown girl, Heather Hardy from Brooklyn, we'll take this one. I'm looking forward to that. Anything else happening in the MMA world you want to talk about?
I think Joan Check is coming up.
Oh yes, Jay Chuck. She's fighting Doug Rose. Now I'm a humanist. Now, how you feel about this one? Like, I'm looking forward to this.
There's really not much for me to say, but Joanna, just go out there and do it again.
Again and again.
And again and again. There's not much. I had the pleasure of listening to Doug Rose earlier today on a podcast she was doing and listening to her background and how she became who she is now. Very interesting girl, pretty girl. You know, she seems like a very thorough fighter. She's about her business. Joan Check can't sleep with. I don't think Joan Check sleeps on anybody. I think her confidence is just key. But she, Doug Rose, I think she has good confidence. I think she will give Joan Check a good match, a good fight. I don't know, because Joanna Joan Check is out there.
Yeah.
She can lay it. She is impressive. They was talking about how she grabbed some chick chin or something like that. Like I want to see that fight. Joanna, yeah. I'm with you all the way. Doug Rose has some stuff with her though.
Yeah,
you know,
I like
but
Doug
I'm
Rose.
with you
She's cool.
all the way, Joanna. All the way. And I'll be there.
Joanna, they compare her to all fighters. They don't even say she's one of the best females. They saying she's one of the best fighters in the UFC. Period.
She doesn't have one style.
Her striking is so on point.
She's good.
So sharp.
And man, she latches onto you. It's like your skin. You cannot get her off you. I mean, on the ground. She was just big enough and around the time to fight Ronda Rousey.
Who do you think is a better fighter? Do you think Chris Cyborg is a better fighter than Joanna? Or do you think Joanna's better? Because me, I don't like Chris Cyborg's style. I don't like how she fights. It's all power. There's no real technique. I think she fights really sloppy. But she'll knock you out. She's big, she's strong, she's powerful.
She's a man.
See, I didn't say that. But yeah,
You can get mad at me if you want, but they try and decide how to touch the gender, not me.
She does have some mannish qualities. She looks like Vanderlei Silva. She does.
Like Van Diesel.
Okay, but Joanna, I think
a good athlete.
Her technique is way better than Cyborg.
Yeah.
Chris Cyborg is powerful, yes. She has great boxing skill, yes.
Absolutely.
But
she's very strong. Absolutely.
Like if Joanna and Chris Cyborg were the same size, Joanna would win.
I think so, because she's a better athlete.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say. She's well-rounded. And as long as she don't get bear hugged or caught real good by one of Cyborg's punches or holds, yeah, she could win that.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. I also want to show you guys this. What is it? It's the Lion's Heart Initiative. I want to show you a little bit real quick. Let me see if I can do this.
What is that?
This is the charity that we go to Africa and teach jiu-jitsu. Let me see if I can show it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna show them, like exactly what the Lion Heart Initiative is, because it's a great charity. It's a great thing where we have jiu-jitsu fighters from America go to Africa. It's mostly West Africa from what I see, and teach jiu-jitsu clinics, and it's a beautiful story where they're changing people's lives with jiu-jitsu and martial arts. And I'm gonna see if I can find the video real quick. So I can show you, but you could talk to them while I look this up. Let me see.
So we're planning a trip to Africa next year. So this Lion's Heart. Like you said, it's a great charity organization, and it's opened up everybody's eyes to different cultures and bases around the world. I think this is really awesome. It brings MMA to them, and we bring a little bit back with us, which is great. And to be honest with you, I'm excited just to go to Africa. I might not come back. I might just film from there, which makes everything a lot easier for me and you. So this is the Lionheart. Is it charity?
Yeah, Lionheart Initiative. Let me see if I can get this together so they can see what this is.
This is the Lion. I hope you can see it well. This is the charity that he's talking about. That we bring MMA to Africa. In Africa, MMA.
Let's see.
And like I said, we are actually planning on taking a trip there next year. We will have actually more information about that. If anyone was actually interested in joining this charity with us, going to Africa, coming to Africa with us, and experiencing this will be nothing but phenomenal. We will be filming from there. I mean, I can't express I don't even have a word for it. The excitement, the thrill, the education, the fun that you will have if you would even come with us. If you really think about it.
And if you can't come, you can support by just giving us funds, and you know, we'll definitely make sure the money is put to good use, and we're building bridges from the U.S. to Africa, different parts of Africa, and changing their lives, and also change your lives. They also have their traditional land wrestling, which is they've been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years. This wrestling, and it's these athletes are crazy. It'd be crazy to see some of these guys in the UFC one day.
Imagine that.
You know? To see the UFC go to Africa, to like
for a fight,
to go to Ghana.
That'd be phenomenal.
Yo, imagine UFC in Ghana.
I know it sounds a little mind blowing, but it's not, because it's starting right here, and we're in it to make that bridge complete. So again, I mean, you can donate. We will have more information for this on our next podcast. I promise we'll have information numbers if you're interested in coming, if you're interested in donating. Everybody who has a piece in this and donating or coming will be recognized for all your work, your help, support for this. We will not leave anyone behind. Everyone will be recognized as deserved. And we hope to see you there, honestly.
Yeah, just please get involved in the Lionhearts Initiative. It's a great thing. It's a great thing, and I plan on becoming more and more involved. So don't be surprised when you see us in Africa. Don't be surprised when you see us rolling on doing jiu-jitsu in Africa, or any other, some capoeira or some MMA or whatever in Africa. I'm looking forward to this. Really, really looking forward to it. And we'll see you there. So you're gonna end it on this note?
I'm just giving a little piece of us to you, leaving you with good hearts and thoughts, and we will see you soon. MMA News.
All right, God bless.
Basta.
Peace.